Nicole, also known as Nikki Vegan, and in today's video I'm going to share some of my favorite healthy vegan desserts with you. And these are the kind of recipes that have some good for you, wholesome ingredients, but they're also really decadent and indulgent and very easy to make, so kind of best of both worlds in my opinion. I really hope that you enjoy these recipes, so please give this video a thumbs up if you're excited, hit the subscribe button so you never miss a future video, and thank you to Thrive Market for teaming up with me on this video. I got a lot of the ingredients that I needed to make these healthy vegan desserts from Thrive Market, and even though you can get these ingredients anywhere, I love shopping on Thrive because I always save money when I shop there. Members save an average of $32 an order, which is mind-boggling, and I love to shop using the vegan filter, so I'll go ahead and click vegan, and everything that's not vegan just magically disappears, and I can shop without having to read labels, and it's so convenient and quick and easy. And I can also narrow it down and be super specific to find exactly what I'm looking for, so I can select vegan but then also gluten-free, organic, non-GMO, fair trade. They have over 100 values and diets that you can shop by, so it's super easy to find exactly what you want, and you don't have to go to the grocery store, and you don't have to stand in line. And if you guys want to try Thrive Market, they now offer 2 different membership options. You can sign up for 1 month or 12 months by clicking the link in the description box below, and when you become a member today, you will get 25% off of your order and a free gift, so definitely check that out. And let's get started now with the first vegan dessert recipe, which is my chocolate cherry bombs.
One of the things I love about my chocolate cherry bombs is you only need 4 ingredients. The first is going to be some frozen cherries. I love keeping these on hand because even on their own, this is a delicious snack because they never freeze totally hard. They always kind of have a nice sherbety texture. And then I'm going to dip them in some vegan vanilla yogurt. You can use any brand you like. I just chose one that was on sale, but the thicker the better for sure, because this is going to be like a frozen yogurt coating on the outside, and that's going to be our first layer. So using a skewer, I'm just going to take the cherry and dip it into the yogurt. I kind of swirl it around so that it's evenly coated, and as you can see, it makes this really beautiful frozen yogurt coating on the outside of each cherry. So I'll just place it onto a lined baking sheet and repeat the process with the remaining cherries. This is optional, but if you want, you can go ahead and fill the top so that they're nice and smooth. And then this is going to go into the freezer for about 10 to 15 minutes just so that the yogurt can totally freeze and harden around the cherries. And in the meantime, I'll show you how to make my chocolate sauce that I'm going to use in a lot of the recipes you'll see in this video. I just combine vegan chocolate chips with 2 teaspoons of refined coconut oil so that I don't have to temper the chocolate, but I still get a nice snap when I bite into it. You can melt your chocolate in a double boiler if you like, or if you want to use the microwave, you just want to do this for 10 seconds at a time, stir, and then microwave for another 10 seconds. Don't expect it to get totally liquidy in the actual microwave. What I do is I melt it until it is still a little bit lumpy and then stir until smooth. That way the chocolate won't burn and seize and get clumpy on you. You'll have this really silky smooth, beautiful chocolate sauce. I'm just going to dip my frozen cherries into the slightly cooled chocolate sauce, and as you can see, it is so luscious and creamy, and I'm just going to repeat this process with all of the frozen yogurt covered cherries. And what's so cool about this is that when you bite into these cherries, you have 3 different layers. You have that chocolate coating, then you have the vanilla frozen yogurt layer, and then that tart, beautiful cherry that again is kind of like a sherbet texture. It is so good. You get that kind of like crunch from the outside magic shell, and these are ready to go on their own, but if you want, you can make them look a little more fancy and a little bit more like a truffle just by doing a zigzag design with a little more chocolate sauce on top, and it will create this really kind of professional truffle look to it, which I think is nice. And now they are ready to serve. These are so delicious, like I said, and they're really meal prep friendly too because they keep really well in an airtight container in the freezer. So I like to make a big batch of these, and then whenever I want a little something sweet after dinner or as a mid-afternoon snack, I can just pull a couple out and they are ready to go. Up next, we're going to make some sweet and salty ice cream sandwiches. And for this, you're just going to need 1 very ripe banana. You want to make sure that it's nice and spotty so it's super sweet. And then we're just going to slice this into thick slices. Because the end of the banana has a point to it, you just want to trim that off so that each slice will lay flat on the ice cream sandwich. And then you just want to freeze these thick banana slices until totally frozen. Next, we're going to take some pretzels. You can use any kind of pretzel that you like, but I like using these little square versions because it makes a really cute little ice cream sandwich. You could also do some small vegan cookies if you wanted to change up the recipe a little bit, but then I'm just going to spread a thin layer of some natural peanut butter. And I love how the peanut butter and the pretzel is a little bit salty, and that works really well with the sweeter flavors from these sandwiches. Once every single pretzel has a little bit of peanut butter on top, I'm gonna top it with my frozen banana slices, which at this point are totally frozen and they have this really creamy kind of ice cream sherbet-like texture. And I'm just gonna stick another pretzel right on top of that. And honestly, this is good on its own if you wanna stop there, but I like to take it up another notch by dipping it in a little bit of chocolate. I do a half dip, which I think again kind of elevates the presentation a little bit. Plus it's a lot easier to dunk when you just do half of it, so it's kind of convenient as well. And this is exactly the kind of dessert that I would absolutely love to make with my cousin who lives in Norway. He would love a project like this. So if you have kids in the home, this is definitely something that I think they would enjoy making, because obviously there's no heat involved, there's no stoves or ovens, and it's a really fun project to do, and then you have a delicious treat afterward. You just want to freeze this for about 10 minutes minimum to make sure that the chocolate gets nice and hardened, and then it's ready to serve. And you have this great combination of crunchy and creamy, sweet and salty, a little chocolatey, a little peanut buttery, and then again that banana acts as kind of like a healthier alternative to some ice cream in the middle. I feel like I'm kind of underselling it. These are so good. I know they look simple, but wow, one of my favorites for sure. Next, I'm going to show you how to make my key lime frozen yogurt bark. I saw frozen yogurt bark all over Pinterest and TikTok. Usually it's done with some kind of like Greek yogurt or coconut yogurt and berries, but this actually reminded me of one of my favorite ways to have a granola bowl, which is to use a key lime pie yogurt, either almond or coconut based, and then do granola. And there's something about the granola with the yogurt that kind of has like a graham cracker pie effect. I like to use kind of a neutral tasting one, like a vanilla or a vanilla almond, and I'll just sprinkle that onto a thin layer of key lime pie yogurt that I spread onto a dinner plate that just is lined with parchment paper. Put some berries on top because I'm from Florida, and I feel like a lot of the times when you get frozen key lime pie or just key lime pie, it comes with a raspberry sauce garnish, so love that pairing. And then you just freeze this until solid, and just like with chocolate bark, you kind of cut it into rustic pieces. You can cut it into squares if you want, but I like when it kind of looks like shards of glass or bark. And then you break it up. You can top it with some lime zest and some pretty limes for garnish if you want, but you totally don't have to. And you can do this with any yogurt. Any combination would be great, strawberry, peach, but this key lime flavor, oh my gosh, it looks simple because it's white and you can't see that it's lime flavored really because it doesn't have food coloring, but oh my gosh, the lime is so zesty and creamy and delicious. I love having this in my freezer. And it's like creamy, like a popsicle is creamy, or like a frozen margarita is creamy, but not like ice cream, so it's very refreshing. And I definitely saved my favorite for last. I'm going to show you how to make my almond butter Magnum bowls. So basically this is going to taste like a Magnum ice cream bar, but we're going to start with nice cream that has a little bit of almond extract in it. This is totally optional. You can do any kind of nice cream you like, but I'm going to go ahead and just blend this up. If you don't have a very strong blender or food processor, you might want to do a tiny little splash of almond milk, but you just want to keep pulsing it and scrape down the sides until you get it to this really beautiful, thick, soft serve texture. Side note, whenever blending or using the food processor, a really great trick for quick cleanup is to run the blade under hot water immediately. That way nothing has time to dry or stick, and it just makes cleanup about 1,000,000 times easier. But as you can see, this is super thick and creamy, and it smells incredible because of that almond extract too. And I like when it's really thick, so I don't add any liquid at all. I just keep it like this. And then you're going to divide that into 2 different bowls. And what I do is I fill it up like 2/3 of the way full, and then I'll use my spoon to create kind of a well so that we can fill it up with almond butter. And this is going to create like this gooey almond butter swirl all throughout the banana ice cream. And honestly, you can stop right there. That is delicious on its own. But I wanted to take this to the next level and turn it into a Magnum inspired ice cream sundae by basically creating a almond butter magic shell. And this is kind of similar to the other chocolate sauces I showed in this video, but it's different in that it has a softness and a creaminess to it. So just like magic shell, it's going to immediately firm up as soon as you pour it onto the cold ice cream, which is amazing, and it has that really nice kind of crunch to it, but I still want it to be creamy and luscious like a Magnum ice cream bar. So just like before, I'm going to start with 1/4 cup of mini chocolate chips. I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of coconut oil and melt that either in the microwave or a double boiler, and as you can see, it gets really silky smooth. And then once it's melted, I'll stir in 1 tablespoon of almond butter. And this is going to help to create a really creamy texture so that even though it's gonna harden on top of the ice cream, it's not going to be hard and brittle. It's gonna still have this creaminess, and it also has a little bit of that almond butter flavor, so it kind of mimics the almond ice cream and the almond butter swirl we have going in, so everything is like very cohesive. But this is just going to get generously drizzled on top of each sundae. I like to top it with some sliced almonds as well, just because I think it makes it look more like the original, and it's nice to have that bit of texture. You've got the creamy, smooth ice cream, the gooey almond butter, that perfect chocolate shell with that little bit of crunch from the almonds. This is such a nice treat to make for yourself at home.
I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, again, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and comment below and let me know which one of these healthy dessert recipes you are most excited to try first. All of the recipes are in the description box below, and that is also where you will find a link to Try Thrive Market. I hope you guys have a really great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye!